This week on New Music Friday, Freddie Gibbs, Big Boss Rabbit. Now, this is the caliber of MC that I've been waiting on, as this is going to be the second project with this theme after Gang Signs. Now, if this song can be half of what Gang Signs is, then we're in for another dope one, and I fully expect it. I do like this direction because he is monetizing this character as a trademark, as a restaurant, probably will create some artwork NFTs with it. Gibbs is on the trajectory to be great in the mainstream where most MCs fall apart. He's shown the willingness to adapt with the times and the skill set that improves any genre that he approaches. Think about the song All Glass. That is easily the best Benny the Butcher song to have come out. Reason being is because he's better than all of Griselda, and he showed it on their own style. That's like when I play Street Fighter and I get scraped by somebody who's playing the same character. Gibbs is in a position where he can maximize his money and make good music while being promoted by a major. It isn't very often that we see this, and hopefully he can continue to climb. I remember when he was my first review back in 2010 when I said that he would be great. That was clear as day to me, but it took mainstream 11 years to finally see it. A Stillmatic sample. You're the Man. Now that was a good one, off of my favorite Nas album. When I heard the sample, I had my doubts for a second, but when Gangsta Gibbs started spitting reminiscent to Labels Are Trying to Kill Me, everything fell in place. Do I dare say that this is a better rendition? Yes. The flow and production adjustments were much needed as an upgrade to the original. The original hook was lacking. Can we all agree to that at least? Bars like no hot 100, but a hot boy with the Motor Ones, that was alright. How he said he's Freddy Krueger with the P90 Ruger, telling I'm sleeping on him, which that was pretty cool too. While Nas primarily used this beat as a victory lap over Jay-Z when Ether was all that was really needed. And I know everyone has been big on Gibbs over the last 5 works that he delivered, but I personally don't think that he's painted his masterpiece yet. How things are lining up, if these songs are associated with one project, he could be currently working on that, but only time is going to tell. Iggy Azalea Sip It, featuring Tyga. Who asked for this? Whoever did needs to be quiet for the rest of their tenure at Empire. And I know this is the label for washed up rappers to get distribution, basically for everybody who trying to squeeze that last dime out of a mainstream career like an empty tube of toothpaste. But this is a desperation move. Who really cares about any music that she drops? She has been a social media pariah and was canceled like 5 years ago. Iggy never had talent to reach mainstream. She was always the white female rapper that the likes of T.I. tried to profit from. A gimmick rapper without a gimmick. A trash rapper that was the precursor of the trash today. And one of the earliest rappers that social media flexed on for the betterment of life. I am fully expecting this project to fit in with everything she's released because things like progression don't come to those who don't work for it. For people who were given this status instead of owning it, best case scenario here is she hired a great ghostwriter she can afford with that struggle budget, also hired an underground producer that somehow has respect for you and is good at their job, an oxymoron I know, and somehow over the last 5 years you've noticed your flaws in delivery and flow while improving significantly. Yeah, this song is going to be trash. Oh, it's 2 songs. This is the embodiment of something that I once heard. You think things are horrible, just wait. Things can become twice as bad. Someone tell me the lyrical difference from the new classic to Sip It. See what I mean by no progression? At least we didn't get Rack City Tiger. He at least acknowledges that music isn't the same from 2014. The Brazil song sounds like they went full Office Space on a synth and recorded it as a beat. Different, but not good different. Different like don't do that ever again different. Why is it that you must culture vulture in order to put out any record? Didn't you learn your lesson the first time? Guess not. Pierre Bourne, For You. AKA Yopl. That's the guy who makes the trash production that the industry has gone crazy over. Why? I don't know. With all the creative minds in music, they choose to flock to someone with no idea how to layer music, how to mix down, how to actually compose music. All respect though, because he took what he could and ran with it like Icebox in Atlanta. I just wish by now you would have taken an interest in music rather than continuing this swag stereotype, making lackluster production that only the likes of Snitch 9, the Playboy Cardi actually want. Instead of learning to be great, you were just profitably mediocre. And when the next artist comes around to change music, as it happens every 5 to 10 years, you will be left out in the cold because you put in zero effort to upgrade and adapt when you had the time and the money to do it. I am fully expecting this project to be another drop in the ocean of dribble that you have released up to this point. Hopefully you will see this and begin to become a musician instead of just being the hip-hop landfill. And as projected, this song is just the millionth variation of the same song you've been trying to do since before no one even knew who you are. Nothing has changed besides that you are on Life of Pierre 5. Is this supposed to be entertaining or a new form of torture in the scope? The label that brought us The Chronic, Doggy Style, and other classics are now putting out bargain bin music. You were telling me that Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine were the only ones who knew what they were doing in the entire label? You were once pioneers bringing in great quality music, and now the husk of what you used to be can't seem to die soon enough. Good job. Young M.A, successful, aka wasted opportunity. So you telling me that you had the hottest song in 2017 because you copied the formula that Bobby Shmurda couldn't capitalize on, but you did nothing with it? Bobby came home and you still aren't doing anything? Joe Budden was right to criticize her for having the hottest song and only delivering an EP. Real talk, I'm only speaking about this because of the limited options this week. If I could go the rest of my life without hearing Young M.A again, it would be a life well lived. But sadly, I'm back. Last I heard, she was doing reality TV, loving hip hop, and of course I don't watch that crap. But as I said, wasted talent. Reality TV is really for people who haven't been in the game since the 2000s. She became a washed up rapper in like 30 minutes. I am hoping that the title Successful isn't what I think it is. Her bragging about the success that she's seen in her life. If so, I'm going to let loose. And my God, she's doing it. She says that she is top 10. And if she means in terms of top 10 most disappointing artists of all time, then I agree. You made a list of garbage that Vanilla Ice can't be on because we all expected him to be trash. She said it's time out for others when she puts the time in. And I call cap on those bars. When have you ever put the work in? Hearing how you are rapping the same way since Ooh? You must have put all of that time into the trash compactor. The only competition you will probably have is with a twin sister. Bars. And these were her last bars of the song, and she said it with such confidence like this was the best punchline that people have heard since 98. I bet she thought that everyone in the studio was gonna go wild for hearing that, but she heard Jiminy Crickets. Yes, the egocentric songs are a must for this culture, but she is badly in need of substance and hits. Something that she clearly can't do, which is why no one cares what Young M.A is doing right now. You lucked up and found the golden ticket and used it as toilet paper. You haven't even attempted to polish or improve your craft. Instead, you are doing the same thing you were doing, but getting nothing in return right now. This is kinda pathetic. Lil TJay, destined to win, aka Colombia's Lil Uzi Vert, but from New York, with more focus on drill music. So let's call him Little BB Gun. Am I the only one concerned that New York hasn't been releasing anything new to music? You guys are the mecca, right? Every time I meet someone from New York, they always talk about how great things are. But all of your new artists get their styles from elsewhere. Pop Smoke was clearly influenced by the grime out of the UK. Lil TJay was clearly influenced by Chicago drill. Where is the next sound to come from you? I'm not trying to hear anyone brag about this city until you show me some homegrown movements. Even A$AP Rocky got his whole style from Texas. And I'm not trying to hear the, oh well, that's what the labels are trying to put out excuse. No, I listen to the underground rappers too. Did all that creativity dry up, or was New York never as great as y'all claim? 21 songs, huh? Guess I'm in this for the long haul. And I hate it when people who aren't versatile enough to make an EP want to go full bass god. Not saying that he's horrible, but to do 21 songs, you need to be proficient in multiple styles for it not to be monotonous. And I'm on Hood Rich, and that's the first song that didn't blend in as background uneventful music. I'm sure this is what his fans are seeing in him, but the problem is there are far better out there that's doing music that's somewhat similar. Halfway point, and I'm fighting myself to pay attention. But my soul is saying, are we there yet? Have you guys noticed the raw amount of classic samples to interpolations that they're using for this project? From Schoolie D to even Drake? Not a good sign for one that's attempting to craft his own identity. And to be real, it's a waste of money because so far, those have done nothing for the music. 3/4 in and color me unimpressed. Maybe because I've heard literally thousands of rappers who make these kinds of songs, and these ones are far from anything that's special. Part of the Plan is easily the second best song on this project, but when the best song so far isn't going to make my playlist, does it even matter? Do you guys have any idea how many times I've heard this no cap beat? The underground has used that for like the last 3 years. Man, you got to step up your production and get some exclusives. Reminder, he is signed to Columbia, and on his debut album, he is using old beats that I have in my song collection. Life Changes, enough said, were good songs to close this one on out, minus the bonus tracks, which I'm not counting. But this whole thing should have been cut down to 5 to 8 songs. Like, who really wants a Lil TJay Snyder cut? There are some moments here that can be built on. He is not a bad MC, but right now, he's nothing special.